many options to deploy and manage containerized applications. How do you choose the best option for your use case? My name is Srinivas Markham. I'm a customer engineer focusing on application modernization within the Google Cloud team. Welcome to the GKE Tips series, where we will talk about GKE tips, best practices, and tricks for using Google Kubernetes Engine. In this chapter of the series, I will talk about how do you choose between GKE Standard, Autopilot, and Cloud Run. Let's talk about each of these services, give a small overview of it, do a comparison between the services. Then I will take a sample application and I'll deploy it in all the three services. And finally, I will show you a simple flowchart that will help you to pick the right service for your use case. So first, let me talk about the GKE, which is our managed Kubernetes service that has been in general availability for the last 5 years. If you compare the do-it-yourself Kubernetes service with Google Kubernetes Engine, we take care of the control plane. We take care of networking, storage, patching, monitoring, management, availability, and reliability. And this has been one of the most popular services within Google Cloud. And based on our experience, we see a set of customers who like Kubernetes, but who wants a hands-off Kubernetes experience, but they want to leverage all the Google's best practices with managing Kubernetes. So that is why we introduced this autopilot mode, where we will take care of the worker nodes provisioning and the management, as well as we will configure the cluster for best security and networking configuration. Now that we have talked about GKE standard and autopilot mode, let's talk about the Cloud Run. Cloud Run is a completely managed PaaS service for running containers. So here, all you have to do is take your container, give it to Cloud Run. It will take care of deploying it in the right secure manner. It's going to take care of auto scaling. It's going to take care of monitoring. So everything is completely managed for you. So now let's do a quick comparison between these three options, right? GKE, Autopilot, and Cloud Run. First fundamental difference is for GKE and Autopilot, we use and interact directly with the Kubernetes API. So Cloud Run is an abstraction on top of Knative, so we do not directly interact with Kubernetes. From a worker node responsibility perspective, in the case of GKE, it is the customer's responsibility. In Autopilot and Cloud Run, it's Google's responsibility. From a networking and security perspective, for GKE, it is managed by the customer. And in the case of Autopilot and Cloud Run, it's auto provision and managed by Google. From an auto scaling perspective, it is again managed by customer in GKE. And in the case of Autopilot, some level of management is automatically done by Google from a node auto scaling perspective. But from a pod auto scaling, it's still managed by the customer. And the Cloud Run, everything is managed by Google. From a stateful apps perspective, GKE and Autopilot support stateful applications, not with Cloud Run. From an SLA perspective, for GKE, we provide control plane SLA. For Autopilot, we provide both control plane and pod SLA. And in the Cloud Run, we provide as a service SLA. From a resource request perspective, GKE offers the most flexible option. The flexibility reduces as we move towards Autopilot and Cloud Run. From a pricing perspective, for GKE, we are charging based on the worker nodes, and in the Autopilot, we are charging based on the pods that you're scheduling. So even though there is nodes underneath, you don't have to pay for the nodes. We only pay for the pods, and we also do not pay for the system pods. And in the Cloud Run, we don't even expose the nodes to the user, and you are charged only based on what your service is using. And if your service is not running, you don't pay for it. Let's see some of these things in action. So let's say if you want to create a Autopilot or a standard cluster, we go to the standard GCP console interface. Now, when you want to create a standard cluster, so you will see a lot more options to create the cluster. And that starts off with seeing first is your nodes configuration. Here is where you specify what is your nodes and what is the type of the CPU your nodes need to have, security, networking, all these configurations you specify. Now, if you have an Autopilot cluster, it's much more simple. Let's say if you look at what are the configuration options, all we would specify is name and region of the cluster, and it's a public or a private cluster. Everything else is automatically taken care for you in the case of autopilot cluster. I've already created two clusters. One is a standard and another is an autopilot cluster. In the standard cluster, if you look at it, I can see the nodes here, but in the case of autopilot cluster, I do not see the nodes. Later, I will show you with kubectl, actually you can see the nodes, even though you cannot really SSH into the node or something like that. Talk about what is the application that I'm going to deploy. It's a very simple hello world kind of an application. So here we can see the container image, and this is going to be a standard Kubernetes manifest file. So here I have a deployment, then I have a service, then I have an ingress, then I also have an horizontal pod autoscaler. So we're going to deploy this service. So this set of manifest file will be used for both GKE, standard and autopilot. But in the case of Cloud Run, we will directly take the container and deploy. I deployed my applications in both my standard and autopilot cluster. So I'm just logging into my standard cluster. So let's first look at what nodes are running here. I just have a single node cluster that I have created. So let's just wait for it. Yep. So we can see the single node cluster, and then let's look at all the services that I've already deployed. So here we can see the pods, deployments, and services. So this is basically the standard configurations that you already always see. So this is the pods, services, deployment, replica set, and the horizontal pod autoscaling. So now let's log into our autopilot cluster, and we can see the same thing. So here, if I look at my nodes in my autopilot cluster, so you remember that when we looked at the console, GCP console, we did not see the nodes. And just to show that we are not, running a fake Kubernetes, you can see the nodes that are running. And these would run the system pods as well as the user pods. But as I told earlier, we're not charging for the system pods. Now let's look at what application is running. And here is the same set of application, the same application that I have deployed in my standard cluster is running here, and you can see the same manifest here, deployment, service. Now that we have seen how to deploy, in GKE and GKE autopilot, so let's look at how do we deploy in the Cloud Run. So if you look here, I have already deployed the application. I just am showing you here how do you deploy this. And if you look here, all we are doing is in gcloud run to deploy this application. So now if I look at my services that I'm running, and this is my service allohab, and this is my URL endpoint that I'm going to access it. Now we are back to our presentation. So we'll quickly talk about how did we deploy the application. In the case of GKE, we created the cluster. We also specified the options about the worker nodes in terms of what is the type of nodes, what is the number of nodes, whether we want auto scaling. But in the case of a GKE with autopilot, we did not have to specify anything with respect to the worker nodes itself. From an application deployment perspective, it is pretty much the same for GKE and autopilot. We use our very famous kubectl, and we deploy the application. In the case of Cloud Run, since it's fully managed, we don't need to create a cluster. All we are going to do is use the gcloud run to deploy the application. So as I promised earlier, this is my flowchart that you can use to pick the right product for your use case. If you want a full PaaS experience and you're okay with not getting a direct Kubernetes API access, go with Cloud Run. It's a developer-focused environment. And if you want a GKE with more control over networking, security, and scaling, go with standard GKE. And you want a kind of a hands-off approach where you want to leverage Google's best practices with Kubernetes, but you don't need to manage it, go with something like GKE Autopilot. Thanks for watching.